Hey everybody, Cole here with Classic Mini DIY, and thank you so much for joining me on this special premiere episode where I'm going to be doing a little quick shop tour, kind of giving you guys an update on the channel, giving you a chance to ask questions about what you might have going on your car, raise some money for charity, and announce the winner of the 1275 Performance Head giveaway. So to start off, because this is a premiere episode, there is a live chat popping up on one of the sides of the window here, and I am personally live answering questions in that chat right now. And to cap off the year and to raise some awareness and money for Alzheimer's research, which is something that's very important to me, I'm going to be taking any of the money generated by the super chat, which is the chat you can pay to have your question, highlighted. You can pay for more words, I think is how it works. Any of the money that you donate in that super chat is going to be going straight to Alzheimer's research here in the United States. I think that it's going to be one of the biggest things that our generation, my generation, is going to have to work through and fight when we get older. So with your help, let's raise some money and help support that research so maybe we can find a cure for Alzheimer's. Now, I have to be honest with you guys, I went through and I actually did like a whole shop tour. I recorded all this stuff and it was just like painfully boring for me to edit, and I didn't think that you guys would really like it that much. So what I'm gonna do is just give you guys a quick overview of my workshop, how I do all of my work, how I keep things organized, and then I'm gonna give you an update on Bad Wolf. We're gonna kind of go look at that for a minute. And then I'm also gonna just show you guys the parts that I got back from the machine shop. I haven't gotten everything back yet. And then to wrap it all up, we will announce the winner of this 1275 Performance Cylinder Head. So let's get started. Now to start off, I've got my whole pegboard laid out right here. For the untrained eye, it probably looks kind of disorganized, but what I do, what my kind of mentality is in my workshop is providing myself easy access to kind of the bigger, more commonly used tools, while also keeping all of my smaller tools organized, and I always know where they are. One of the biggest things that you can do for your workshop is keeping it clean and organized. It will make working on your Mini or whatever car you're working on so much more enjoyable. Now, obviously I've got my hammers and drills over here, my pry bars, all of my electrical stuff, my safety stuff, which is paramount to me, because there's a few parts of your body that you don't get do-overs with. If your eyes go bad, if your ears go bad, those things are not as easily repairable as, say, something like a broken bone. And to combat that, I always have safety equipment here so that if I'm working on something that might be extra loud or something that is hazardous to breathe in, I can just reach up, put that stuff on. Next up, we have all of the different fluids that I would use while working on the car. Now, starting off on this side over here, I start with my lubricant. So we've got grease, WD-40, silicone lubricant, engine building lubrication, cam lube, things like that. And then we eventually transition into the solvent. So we've got the, gasket sealer right there, but then we transition into brake parts cleaner, engine cleaner, and then various other fluids that I don't use very often. That allows me quick, easy access whenever I need to grab something. Now to bring you guys a little closer here, we also have a whole bunch of trays with various bits and bobs in them. This is stuff that I use frequently. So we've got coarse and fine thread bolts. We have more coarse and fine thread bolts, more coarse and fine thread bolts. I've got a lot of bolts, various different sizes, washers, mini things, some sealers, hose clamps. This is stuff that I use a lot. This is stuff that I want to have access to easily. And then underneath are all of my drill bits for my power drills. Now, let's move to the other side of the bench here. And what we have over here is a little bit less stuff. Obviously, I have quick access to my batteries that are charging, my bench vise, which is a restored bench vise. I just repainted it red. Probably gonna repaint that again. The red is kind of getting a little excessive for me, and I'd love to have it like blue or black. And then a lineup of power cables. Now that's pretty much all of my workbench. That's kind of the main things about my workbench and how things work there. Keep in mind that anything that you saw on that workbench is available in links in my description. They are affiliate links to Amazon or 7 Mini Parts, depending on what you're seeing. And all of that money, since it's coming from this video, will also be donated to that Alzheimer's research. Now, one thing that I got recently is this new toolbox, and it's awesome. This toolbox is basically double the size of my old one, and it gave me a chance to organize all of my parts and tools in a way that just makes so much more sense. So I'm not really gonna bring you guys through all of these drawers because it's gonna get really dry, but The general idea is that I keep my grabby type tools in this drawer, you know, things that you do this with, screwdrivers, wrenches, not spanners, crazy people, made up words, sockets, gaskets. Everything has a place in this toolbox so that if I ever need to get something, I know where it is. And this toolbox I got from a friend. It wasn't very expensive at all. It was definitely worth every little bit. But one thing, I don't have any stickers for this anymore. So if you guys want to send me stickers, I will gladly display them all over this toolbox. All you have to do is mail it to the address at the bottom. That's my P.O. box. If you want to send other fun stuff, if it's really silly, fun, mini things, I will feature it on the channel. Now next up, we have some of the parts that are back from the machine shop. We've got the gearbox case, the rod change gearbox. If you haven't seen any of the gearbox rebuild videos, those will be in the description of this video, so you can check those out. This is the cylinder head that I'm going to be giving away at the end of this episode. And then these are just perfectly cleaned, glass blasted aluminum covers and parts that came from the machine shop as well. I mean, everything just looks so, so good. I mean, check that out. It is in really, really great condition. Most of that stuff is for the 998 build. That's all for that gearbox. And then over here we have the remote gearbox. I'm still on the fence with how I'm gonna do this, if I'm gonna take it apart, if I'm gonna try and clean it with it together. I'm kind of leaning towards disassembling it still, so I probably will do a video for that. I'm not really looking forward to that one, if I gotta be completely honest with you guys. But what's going on with the Bad Wolf Mini? I know that a lot of you have asked to see what has happened since the last Bad Wolf Mini episode. I have been battling on and off issues with the car. Most of them are just so small and kind of piddly, I haven't made any videos about them yet. But there are two main issues that I'm working through right now. One of them is that when I did the timing adjustment, where I actually set the cam timing, it was off a little bit. The way I did my equations was correct, but unfortunately I mixed up some of the numbers and ended up with the wrong amount of advance. So no matter how well I get the distributor times, I can't get it quite right because the actual timing gear is off. So that is one thing I'm gonna have to address before I can really keep going on most of the other stuff on the motor. The other bit is that I'm having some kind of clutch adjustment issues. I think that I either put a washer in the wrong place or something's just not quite right on the clutch side. So what I'm really debating right now is taking the engine back out of the engine bay there so that I can get a good look at the timing side, get that retimed properly, and then have a really good look at the clutch side as well. Since both sides of the motor have to be addressed and both of them are kind of a pain in the butt to get to when they're in the car, I'm thinking it might just be easier to pull it out, because realistically pulling the engine on the Mini is really not that difficult, especially with those CV joints I've got now. So there will probably be more episodes where I pull that engine out. It kind of sucks because it means that I didn't do something quite right. But, you know, gotta accept your mistakes and move forward and find a solution for them, you know? No sense in dwelling on spilt milk, as it were. But the benefit is I can kind of rework a little bit of the timing cover. Check this out. I got this beautiful brand new timing cover from MED. This is brand spanking new. They just released this in December. I think it was December or November. But I got a new timing plate. This is the plate that goes on the other side of the timing gear. And then this cover goes over the timing gear. It also gives you kind of easy access to that timing gear. Hopefully I won't have to get into it again, but you never know. And then we've got a brand new breather right on the top here. Everything is much lower profile. It is really, really nice milled aluminum. And that's really gonna tighten up the front end of the engine there on the 1293. I was originally thinking about doing something like a turbo build or a supercharger build, but the drawback of doing something like that is that it requires a great deal of bottom end work on the engine, and I've just had the whole engine apart. I'm kind of over having that 1293 apart, and on top of that, there is always the exaggerated risk of catastrophic engine failure when you're running things like turbo or supercharger boost. So what that brings me back to is, well, maybe I should do some sort of 7 or 8 port build on the engine. I could do an aluminum head with dual Webers on the front, and that fits apparently underneath the hood of the round nose Minis, which would be pretty damn cool, having 2 Webers sitting right there on the front of the engine. Or I could rethink the 7-port injection system again. With the sale of this 998, I might have enough cash to go ahead and purchase a full injection system, which I know for sure will fit underneath the hood, and it would give me kind of the fine-tune and hyper-efficient adjustment that injection would. But those things, while they are technically kind of bolt-on mods, they do require 2 new head studs to be drilled, which would mean the engine would have to come out, the engine would have to go to the machine shop and get those head studs drilled. So I don't know, post in the comments section or post in the live chat what you guys think I should do with the engine. You know, or maybe I should just keep it standard and upgrade the carbs or something. It's all pretty difficult to decide. For sure that I am gonna be doing a 998 turbo build or supercharger build here in the future. So if you're just dying to see a forced induction engine, don't worry, there is one coming on the channel. It's just a matter of, will it be supercharged or turbocharged? Because I can find a 998 engine block pretty much anywhere at this point. But I would love y'all's feedback. I would love to hear what you'd like to see on the channel, because all of these builds are pretty involved. They are gonna take some time, even the bolt-on mods on this 1293 that I already have. So I think that I've blabbered on enough. I think it's time that we announce the winner of the 1275 Performance Head. Now, a few things before I announce this winner, just the logistics of this. Anyone can win this worldwide. I have not emailed a single person about who won this giveaway yet, so me announcing the winner, I'm actually going to draw the winner right here, right now, and this is going to be the first time that the winner hears their name. And then after this video, I'll be emailing the winner directly from classicminidiy@gmail.com. So make sure that that is in your contact list and not blocked as spam or whatever, because the caveat is if I don't hear back from you within 48 hours of announcing the winner's name, I'm going to have to draw somebody else's name and I'm going to be sending it to someone else. So without further ado, I think it's finally time to draw this name. So drum roll, please. Now we wait. Who could it be? And the winner we have for the 1275 Performance Head giveaway is Adrian H. in the United Kingdom. Congratulations, Adrian. You are the winner of a brand new Performance 1275 head. Now, for those of you who didn't win this giveaway, I want to say thank you for subscribing to the channel and going through all the giveaway stuff and participating in this Christmas giveaway. Don't worry, there will be more giveaways in the future, so there are still chances to win if you didn't win this giveaway. Now, that pretty much wraps up this episode. So thank you so much for watching the channel this year, and a happy, happy new year. And I will catch you guys on the next episodes of Classic Mini DIY.